fast. It's one of the pinnacles of the car enthusiasm, in my opinion. What's going on, guys? Today we're driving the 2018 M4. And when I was growing up, this was one of the dream cars I had for a long time. This is the dream car of many car enthusiasts. To get the feel out of this 3.0 turbocharged, actually twin turbocharged, S55 6-cylinder engine. This engine produces 425 horsepower with about the same amount of pound-feet of torque. This is also the convertible version of the M4, which adds a lot of character to it because you can hear the engine much better and you can enjoy the sun out here in sunny California. Let's quickly just go around the exterior of this car and quickly talk about it. I'm so in love with the previous generation of the 4 Series, and in this case, the M4, because I feel like it's looking much better than the latest M4. It has this classic BMW double kidney grille. We got cool BMW LED lights as always, which looks very sharp. We got this in this beautiful blue color, which I feel like is the best color combination, especially considering the interior color of the leather inside of the M4. As you can see, we got 2 back seats over here, which are pretty usable. And as you can see, this is, I feel like enough room for maybe shorter adults because there's not as much footroom in here. But if you have the top down, there's not an issue with the headroom in this car whatsoever. Here's how the back end of this car looks like. And I also like it very much. It preserves the classic BMW look from the 90s and early 2000 era without being too quirky or too futuristic. So let's look at the cargo room inside this cabriolet. As you can see, when you have the top down, you got this rear glass over here with a hard top, so you don't get as much of a cargo capacity with the top down. So you just have to be aware of that. And let's take a quick look at the wheels we got on the M4. We got those beautiful deep dish 19-inch wheels, which look awesome with these M Sport brakes. So let's take a quick look on the inside. Here's the key, which looks similar to the regular 4 Series. There's nothing special about the key for the M4, but there's some special stuff on the inside, such as the beautiful gauge cluster, which is mechanical in combination with the digital screen on the bottom. We got this beautiful, beautiful steering wheel with the M badge on the bottom. I feel like they nailed the design of the steering wheel, and it just feels bulky and sporty. Switches for your headlights over here. We can even dim the screens in the digital cluster and the infotainment system with using just this knob without using the infotainment for everything. We got the volume knob, which is so rare to find these days on the newer cars. We got this beautiful AM shifter. And this M4 is paired with the DCT, 7-speed DCT. Let me quickly show you the startup. And we can already hear the beautiful 3-liter exhaust from the 6-cylinder engine. I feel like the infotainment system in this car is good enough. The previous version of the iDrive is my favorite of all of them. It's very easy to use, even though it's not a touchscreen. But still, I feel like this knob over here is pretty easy to navigate through. It feels very high quality when you use it, so you get this element of satisfaction. We get these physical buttons for your modes, and you can actually configure your throttle response from Sport Plus, Efficient, and Sport. And the same goes towards the suspension, which you can configure as well, and the steering feel. I just like to put everything in Sport Plus because it just makes it feel much more sporty. But if you just want to cruise around in this beautiful weather at slow speeds, you can just put everything in Sport or Comfort and you'll be fine. You got the parking sensors, which you can turn off if you want, and this button controls the aggressiveness of the dual clutch shifts. Here's the button for the hard top. Let's take a look how it handles closing the hard top. It takes a while. I feel about maybe 15 seconds. But the good thing is you can do it on the go as well. So we'll actually open the top once we start going. Once you close the top, you have to wait for this notification in your digital cluster, and we're good to go. We get this carbon fiber trim along the dashboard over here. It looks amazing. High quality materials all over the cabin. This is very soft. It's also soft touch. You got really good bolsters for your arms and elbows. The only thing that gets cheap is only beneath the center console. And here we get the continuation. If you'd like to rent this exact 2018 M4, go ahead and book your trip on Turo by following the link in the description below. My friend has a fleet of other cool cars on Turo, so don't forget to check out his profile to see other cool cars like this Tesla Model 3 Performance. You can find all these links below this video. So here's what the engine bay looks like. This beautiful 6-cylinder engine, S55, the legendary one. We got these carbon fiber trim continued in the engine bay. So the BMW usually is not joking around when they say it has lots of carbon fiber. This famous BMW chime. So we'll get going, and of course as a DCT there's no parking mode, so we got this old school parking brake. If you want to go into the automatic mode, you just push to the right and you get this dual clutch action which will shift the gears for you. If you want to go into the manual mode, you can touch these pedals or you can tap the shifter to the right again. If you want to go into the reverse, we do left and up, and here is neutral. So it's very easy to get used with the DCT transmission. It's a little bit different from the conventional automatic transmission you get in most cars, but it's pretty easy to get used to. We got this heads-up display. I hope you can see it from my angle. Let's get into CarPlay. I already set the route for this trip, which will take us around the canyons here in Southern California. So at around below 10 miles per hour, you can retract the hardtop on the go. As you can see, it's doing its job. Complete. Let's roll up our windows for better sound insulation. My first impression when I drove this car for the first time was that it's very, very comfortable, even though it's quite harsh on the bumps. It's still a very great cruising car around town, even though it looks crazy and just like a total beast from the outside. You can actually drive this car very smoothly, very nicely in the city, but you can make it feel very sporty once you tweak the couple of settings here. So let me actually get the settings right for the aggressive upshifts and downshifts with this dual clutch. And let me see if we are in the right mode for our suspension, steering, and throttle. So let's go into the Sport Plus. Sport Plus suspension, Sport Plus steering. As you can see, dual clutch makes a great job switching the gears for us. It's pretty smooth. It's actually very hard to notice in this DCT that it's not a usual automatic transmission. Oh my god, the sound from this engine is sublime. And this is the automatic mode. I didn't even touch my shift pedals on my steering wheel. So let me actually demonstrate to you the downshift you get. Here's the third. goes. It moves. I actually feel a little bit frightened from this car because it's so fast. It was only a quarter or a third of a throttle pedal, and it was so fast. At the top end of the tachometer, it just screams at you. This engine is a masterpiece. With the combination with this DCT, it's such a great experience. And of course it should be, because this car starts, when it was new, it started at about $80,000 with the convertible option. So it makes sense that this engine is good as it is. Second gear. Just hear this engine scream. And the shifts, they're so easy, they're so fast. And you get this head toss whenever you shift aggressively in this car. Here comes the corner, we go into second. Yeah, even below 55 miles per hour, this car is so fun. And as I said, the wind buffeting in this car is also very good. With the windows down, it's easy to hold up a conversation in this car. Let's enjoy this corner right here. Yeah, the downshifts. And I can feel the road so much whenever I go into the corner. The steering is actually very, very communicative. I like the sound of this turbo. Yeah, this whistling sound, which is so satisfying to hear all the time. The M4 definitely is one of the greatest performance cars ever made. As you can see, the red line starts at about 7,500 RPM. So you can wind this engine out, and it's very rewarding in terms of the sound. Okay, let's downshift before this corner. To be honest, like, you don't have to downshift all the time before the corner here, because the corners at this road are not as acute, but you can basically go through all the corners in third gear. But it's just so fun to play with the DCT in the M4, like here. And just another tip for you, if you're going through these type of roads, as you can see, there's a bike lane on the right and on the left. So if you have a blind corner like this, don't just jump into the throttle. If you have watched my other videos, you know that I am an advocate for ethical car enthusiasm, for ethical use of cars on the roads without harming anyone. It's about enjoying yourself, but not trying to ruin someone else's life. And you know, every single one of us probably has a family, a mother, a sister, a dad, whoever who is important to you in your life, and they don't want to see you upside down in the M4 somewhere because you were just having fun. So you always have to calculate this risk and act accordingly. Those downshifts, so good. I like when you go at about 5 miles per hour, this beautiful downshift into first. You know, this car is just brilliant. It's so nice to drive. It's one of the pinnacles of the car enthusiasm, in my opinion, but I feel like the only downside of this car is just you cannot use all the power on public roads. So I feel like the GR86, or if you want a convertible Miata, gives a better on-road experience because you can actually wind those out pretty aggressively and still be at reasonable speeds. But this car is more about enjoying yourself, I think, with your loved ones, with the top down in this weather. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this one. I hope you got a gripe of what this car feels like, what it sounds like, what it's like to drive. Thank you so much for watching. Stay safe out there, and I'll see you in the next one.